This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
As always, Michael Jordan. We were just talking about old school. That's what Michael is all about. There's an audio now that has been released about Michael Jordan. And in that audio clip, it has Michael confirming that he didn't want Isaiah Thomas on the Dream Team. And this is from Jack McCullum, the Dream Team Tapes. It's a podcast that seems to confirm that that Michael, by the way, did not want Isaiah on. And let me let you hear the audio. It's audibly, remember, this is from way back in the day in the early 90s. So this is not great audio.
Is this a reel-to-reel, maybe?
I don't know. It's just maybe, you never know.
Or just a cassette.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But we cleaned it up as much as we can. So you're going to have to listen really good, and you can hear the audio of Michael and Rod Thorne, I believe, talking about the Dream Team, and then obviously Michael making his comment about Isaiah. And there's something else in there too. Go ahead.
They called me to ask me to play. Rod Thorne called and said, Rod, I won't play with Isaiah Thomas on the team. He assured me, he said, you know what? Chuck doesn't want Isaiah. So Isaiah's not going to be a part of the team.
And you hear Michael there say, Chuck doesn't want Isaiah to be part of the team.
They called me to ask me to play. Rod Thorne called and said, Rod, I won't play with Isaiah Thomas on the team. He assured me, he said, you know what? Chuck doesn't want Isaiah. So Isaiah's not going to be a part of the team.
So, talking with Rod Thorne and obviously talking about how he didn't want to be on the team if Isaiah's on the team, and that Chuck also didn't want him on the team. So there's at least two of those guys. There were a few more guys. Now, as more of this continues to come out, 30 years later, and this whole thing continues to unravel, again, as a person that lived that era, as a person that watched every moment of that era back in those days, I watched all of these stars when they were in college play, okay, including Isaiah Thomas. If you're young, you didn't live it, so you don't know it, you don't experience it. And maybe some of you out there that are my age or older, maybe you don't remember a lot of it. And I've talked a little bit about this in the past. Isaiah Thomas was a dirty player. Isaiah Thomas took all kinds of cheap shots. Isaiah Thomas was a guy that was a backstabber for many people. Isaiah Thomas is not a guy that anybody has real sympathy for. And I get it because it's 30 years and because people have short memories and because they either are lazy, they forgot, they don't know, and then they try to build up and make some case for Isaiah. Look, Isaiah was a great, great player, man. One of the greatest players of all time. There's no doubt in my mind. But once again, I will tell you, Isaiah was not missed. Nobody cares really in the end that Isaiah was not on that Dream Team. The only ones that care are maybe some butthurt Pistons fans and Isaiah. But most of those players on that team, they don't lose a bit of sleep that Isaiah wasn't on there. And most fans that watched Isaiah know what Isaiah was all about and what he was made of. And while he was a great, great player, he was not liked. That's just the bottom line. And, people can come up with all these, tapes or whatever, and you want to paint Michael the bad guy in all of this. The bad guy was always Isaiah Thomas. Always. Every second of every day, Isaiah Thomas and those guys, the Piston bad boys, were the bad guys. And Isaiah was the ringleader out of all those guys. And he was the first guy to take cheap shots. That's why when Parrish knocked the crap out of Lambier with those 2 forearms, that was so much frustration being built up of all the cheap shots that team took. And it was led by Isaiah Thomas. So again, I just want to reiterate and talk a little bit more about this, because every time they bring it up, I just want to remind people that Isaiah Thomas was a horse's ass. Okay? As great a player as he was, it's just these are the kind of guys that if they get screwed, you don't care. It doesn't affect you. You don't lose any sleep whatsoever. Okay? So I'm glad that that Michael actually took that stance. Okay? I'm really glad, because that guy got what he deserved. And I'm glad to this day it still bothers Isaiah Thomas, actually. Because maybe, okay, I doubt it, but maybe deep down inside there might be some remorse of how he carried himself too. I just hope that. Okay? Let's do it. We got a little super chat. I love it.
I know that, dude.
Where'd you get this?
Super chats.
Oh, gnarly!
Awesome! Totally awesome!
All right, love it. Big J doing big things, chiming in on the super chat. Big J, thank you, sir. Appreciate you giving us a little love here on the super chat. Very, very kind of you.
I think maybe Isaiah's a little bit upset about kind of being outed. You know?
Maybe.
Because, you know.
I don't know. I don't know if enough people are talking about some of the things that I talked about. They kind of lean on the whole, well, Jordan wanted him out. Why was that? That's not so nice. And he's a great player.
It wasn't
and
just him, man.
And well, you just heard there also Chuck didn't want him there.
You know the magic, the way their friendship deteriorated to nothing.
For sure. And I'm sure Bird didn't like him either.
No.
Okay? So it just, to me, please.
Let's not go out. Half of that team probably did not want that guy there.
Right. Probably.
Because the way they said it, this is kind of like hanging out at summer camp. And do you want an idiot that you're going to have to hang out with for the next, month?
Right.
Is the way they talked, because they were in close quarters and always around each other.
Amen. 1,000% right, dude. You are 1,000% right. I'm sure that's what it was about. And I just want to keep mentioning, because I want to keep reminding people that he was not a good dude on the court. Okay? All right? That's all. I'm not talking about anything off the court or anything like that. He's not a criminal or nothing like that. I'm just saying, in basketball, he was a king-size jerk. And if they treated him that way, then that's what he deserved. Because he was that, man. That's all. I just, I'm not going to allow any sympathy to build up for Isaiah when he deserves none whatsoever.